Hey guys, I'm Katie from Mitsa Creek Farm, and I am back from vacation. Beck and Sydney and I went on a road trip, and we are back. And I am headed down to check the high tunnel because I have not really spent hardly any time in there since I've gotten home. We got back about 7 o'clock at night last night, and I ran down just to check and see if there was anything that needed my immediate attention. There wasn't, but somebody pulled in the driveway right after me, and so I had picked some zucchini and tomatoes for them and gave them some produce. And so I looked just briefly at what I could, and so now today I'm going down and I am picking, catching up on picking, and gonna just check everything over and see how everything looks. While I was gone, my parents, and I think my in-laws too, came and picked a whole bunch of stuff. I believe from what I heard, they picked 3 gallons of green beans and whole bunch of zucchini and a whole bunch of cucumbers. So I am very, very glad that that produce got put to good use. I heard that my parents were giving produce away to a whole bunch of people, so that's awesome. That's a good feeling. If I'm not here to pick it, I'm glad that people are picking it and eating it. So I'm gonna go in here and check. I want to check the pumpkins really quick because I did not look at those yet, and they have gotten so tall. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy how big they've gotten while I was gone. So that gourd that I showed you shortly before I left, it's that. Here's my hand in comparison. I don't even know how I'm gonna get in there. Holy cow, this is huge. There, I see some little white pumpkins in there. They're not little, they're probably about a pound each, I would say. See a white pumpkin in there. What's in this guy? More white pumpkins. I hope people want white pumpkins this year. We've got a lot of them. Oh wow. I think the pumpkins are doing so well this year because nothing's really been grown here at all recently. So I think that that's why they are doing so well. But man, it just is crazy. You guys have to look and see what I'm looking at here. Okay, so there's a big one in there. I can see that. There's a big white one over there, like a big white one. I bet you that one's 15 pounds. I see a little one right in there. See a little one right there. See one there. See one there and one there. So let's walk in. I don't know what's going on with these guys. I have to look into this and see what this would be. It could be because it was so hot. It could be a fungus. Really, unless I look more, I won't know what it is. I have to find that vine and where that vine starts and look and see. It might be a beetle, it might be a virus or a fungus. Whoa, look at that guy. Oh, and there, oh, holy cow, look at this. Wow. There's my hand. Wow. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, that's exciting. That one is getting ready to pick. I can see the vine there. It's starting to dry out. So I'm guessing a week, maybe a little bit longer, until that one is ripe enough to pick. Just by knowing how long it takes the curlicues or the tendrils to dry fully kind of helps determine how quickly it is to pick. The tendril on that one by the stem is starting to dry. So I will keep an eye on this one and pick it when it is ripe. With white pumpkins, sometimes if you let them fully ripen, they start turning yellow. So I am gonna watch these guys a little bit closer than I normally would so that I can get a feel for how they're ripening, because obviously these plants are doing amazing at growing these white pumpkins here. So there's a green one right there. Now most of these in here are bush pumpkins, so they're just going to create a bush. I see tons of white pumpkins in there. I can see from here those are the mashed potato squashes, and so those guys might be ready to pick shortly. I know that those were harvestable a little bit sooner, but I'm seeing at least 4, 5, 6 on this plant right there alone. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this one. That is one thing I'm really liking about bush pumpkins, is that they stay nice and compact, and so you can very easily tell what plant is what. So that really makes life a little bit simpler when you're out in like this big jungle of pumpkins. And look at those guys. Those are warty goblins. Beck calls them warty McMortersons or something like that. I see white ones in there, white ones there. These ones are, I believe, Carnival is the name of them. Oh, and look at this. That one looks pretty cool. I'll be honest, I have no clue what this one is. I don't remember. I know I have it written down. I have a spreadsheet with it, so I'll have to go and look because I don't have a clue. I think it's supposed to be white. I don't know. We'll go back and look. I'll let you know in an upcoming video. I'm amazed at how well everything in here is doing. I am really happy. You can see them all over there. Everything seems to be doing good. I'm gonna go check that guy over there. Oh, and look at there, a tree fell down. So we had some storms come through while I was gone. I had to call Owen at midnight and have him come down and close up the high tunnel. And so this week I need to clean up and get the fencing up around here so that the deer don't start coming in now that the pumpkins are getting ripe or getting close. The deer are definitely going to want to be in here. So that I'll deal with that in an upcoming video. This is just too exciting to walk through. This might have to be like a separate video altogether because these guys are looking amazing. Okay, oh, so there's another one of those gourd-shaped ones. And this guy here is one of my favorite. That is a one too many pumpkin. And I have some of those here and some of those in the back. But that's looking cool. And I'm seeing there's some more down there. We got some growing outside of the flags here. They obviously didn't follow the rules. And then the warty goblins. What else? This is a one too many, but it looks a little different, so I'm not quite sure what's going on with this one. The plant looks nice and healthy. I have no clue what that one is. Carnival, maybe? There's a whole bunch of mashed potato gourds. Here, this is the one I wanted to check on. I think the wind just blew it over. I don't think anything's wrong with it. Yeah, the wind just blew it over. And then it just started kind of growing like that. So that's okay. It's got a couple warty goblins on it. Doesn't look like this did major damage. The goats will love this tree though. There's a wordy goblin in there. Mashed potato gourd, or mashed potato squash. This guy here seems to have the same kind of virus or something. It could be because of the weeds. Could be. I just want to look at the stem and make sure I don't have squash vine borers or anything like that. No, it's looking good. Okay. I don't remember what this one is. No clue. And those I thought were supposed to be blaze, but I thought they were supposed to be a lot smaller. So I'm not quite sure. I do have this all written down, but man, those look really cool. Okay. Nice. There's a lot of Casperitas in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. At least 9. This guy has a few small ones. This one's huge. I love how they're just like nestled in on all the different branches and stuff. So these guys here aren't doing the best, but they get better as they go down. I'm guessing it's just too sandy here. I don't see any fruit set on these ones yet, but we're close. There's gourds. I think those are called batwing gourds, but I might be wrong. Oh, look at that. Look at this grass growing up. There's some smaller ones. That one's looking cool. So our decorative pumpkins are doing great. I think I'm going to change up the plan for this entire video and head up to the other pumpkin field and take you guys in there. I haven't shown you that at all this year because I believe that's doing pretty well too. It is a little more delayed than this one, and Sydney's ducks have been in there. So we might have a few issues, but I think it's still doing okay. So we'll go up and check that in a minute. I'm just looking at all of these little decorative pumpkins, and they're so cute. So here's a gourd vine from who knows where. And then there's a little, like, Jack B. Little size pumpkin. And I'm not sure if you guys can see in there, but they're just kind of everywhere. It's a flower. Now I have these, I think they were called, or they were a gourd, but they're looking to me more like a pumpkin. And they have like green on the top, and then orange, and then green on the bottom. And I was expecting them to get just a few pounds, but I mean, this is almost the size of a basketball. There's another one there, but those guys are looking awesome too. So there's another gourd. So there is a lot going on in here. The more I'm looking around, the more I'm see another white pumpkin right in there. And then I see a Turk's turban in there. I'm just seeing all sorts of different pumpkins in here. Most of these are supposed to be bush or small vines. And so it seems to be working out really well. Last year, our vining ones were they just kind of went everywhere. And it was really, really hard to figure out what was what as things were growing. And so I wanted to be a little more methodical about that this year. Did not work out as well as I wanted to, but the pumpkins are doing amazing, and that's all I can ask for. So let me show you a few Turk's Turban, and then we'll head up to the other field up on the other side of the house. Big old bee. So here are the Turk's Turbans. Some milkweed, we'll leave that guy there. There's one. There's one. I saw one outside. There's one. Whoa, this one's huge. That one is. There's my hand. So that'll give you an idea of how big it is. Wordy goblins. Another wordy goblin. These look like they have either cucumber beetles or grasshoppers or ants or something. Since it's just on a few leaves, it's not too much. Whoa, look at this vine. It's going up and into here, and it goes all the way up there. That's crazy. Something was munching. So you may be wondering, some of these look like they are ready to pick, and yeah, they are getting close. My plan is that I'm going to wait for, especially the small ones, to ripen fully, and the gourds, and then pick them as they ripen, or once a week, whatever, and then wash them, because as I've told you guys before, we wash them all in a bleach solution so that all the mold spores and all that is off. And then we will store them. Now that we have the stone coop finished on the inside, we have a place to store them. So we'll let them cure and store them. And then that way, about mid-August, which is just 2 weeks from now, so not too long, I'm thinking we'll probably pick the end of the first week of August. We'll start picking these guys. And then, so they'll sit and cure for a week or two, and then we will put them out to sell. So in our area, people start decorating for fall towards the end of August. So the more I can have out by the end of August, the better. All right, now let's go up to the other pumpkin patch, and I will show you what we have going on in there. Okay, so these are all carvers. So we have extra time, but I'm not really seeing any pumpkins yet in here. Oh, yep, I see one right there. It's still small. It's probably about that big. I am seeing some. I don't want to venture too far in because I don't want the ducks and chickens to follow me in. But I do want to see what's going on in here. The ones out here are a lot smaller, but they're a different variety, so maybe that's what they're supposed to be. I'm not quite sure. Anybody in here? Nope. Oh, and we have cucumber beetles in here. That's kind of a given. Here we go. Now that we're far enough in, we have pumpkins here. And there's those. I think these ones are Cinderella pumpkins that I had extra on. I don't remember. So here's lots of little buds. You can see little pumpkins on them. And there's one too. So in this backfield, the pumpkins aren't as far along as I'd like them to be, but we do still have pumpkins, and I have a feeling we had, let's see, probably 6 inches of rain in the last 5 days. And that's more than what we've had all year so far. So I have a feeling with all of the rain that we've gotten, these guys will really take off. For some reason, vegetables, pumpkins, gardens absolutely love like rain more than irrigation. And so I have no doubt that these guys will really take off and start growing and get these pumpkins growing like crazy. I know I do need to put up chicken wire over on the other side of that fence down there so that Sydney's ducks stay out of here, because I think up there her ducks were eating the little baby pumpkins, which I'm sure tasted delicious to them. I just don't want them in here. So I'm really happy with how they're doing, and the more I'm looking in here, the more pumpkins I see. It just is hard to see because there's so many vines in here. I'm really happy with how both pumpkin fields turned out. Obviously, this one is not nearly as far along as up there, but still, I'm happy. They're looking nice and healthy. They do have some cucumber beetles, which really stinks, but I'm not going to spray them. I'm just going to let them be and let them go and see what they do. All right, that's it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and we will see you next time.